Andrew in St. Petersburg, Florida writes to me, "Hey Paul, I've always been an audiophile at heart, but to this point I am a novice and am just starting to step up my game, so to speak. I have what I and most normal listeners would consider a very good hi-fi and CD setup with both of those components as well as a decent quality receiver. What would be the best and most difference-making next progressive step forward, i.e. a new set of speakers, a DAC to start breaking into separates, a new moving coil cartridge, etc., etc. There are a million ways to go, but this is going to be a one step at a time upgrade for me. So I want to make sure to start with the biggest bang for the buck and work from there." Well, good job, sir. What fun. I envy you your journey. I love people's personal journeys, whether it's the journey of an audiophile, whatever it is. Good for you that you have something that you aspire to and you're willing to work towards getting it. Because as I've said many times, there's not a whole lot of point to life other than trying to leave the world a better place than you found it and to enjoy the journey along the way. So I figure if I can be generous, kind, and helpful to people and do things that make others happy, I'll leave the world in a better place. And clearly, I've been on a journey my whole life, and the journey continues on. So good on you, sir. We are standing. I was going to walk over to Music Room 3, and it just so happened as I walked past here, I just thought, oh my God, look at this. This is amazing. These are the FR20 loudspeakers. They're just queued up here. We're going to go take them in and do some listening. Just to the corner, you see what we kind of started with years ago, Arnie Nudell's personal pair of prototype loudspeakers, which we've had 4 buyers of, and none of them have actually stepped up to the plate to buy those speakers. They're amazing, and they are still for sale. I think you talk to Arnie's son, David. If you do, email me, paul@psaudio.com, and say, hey, I'm interested in those. I think the family's looking for about $20,000 for those speakers. They are clearly one of a kind. You get those beautiful speakers, and then you get a whole plethora of equipment. So you got to have the right person that wants to have some of the circuit boards hanging out like Arnie did. And yeah, we'll find the right person. But if you're interested, let us know. And so the FR20s, which are just released, Arnie's original speakers, the Infinity IRS-5, which for years was my reference system. What a great room. It's sort of the holding pattern here of speakers, kind of cool. My recommendation is always going to be loudspeakers. Put your best foot forward for what you can afford for a loudspeaker. I would much rather have a receiver driving my wonderful, let's say you want to get a pair of FR30s or FR20s, whatever you want to get. But let's say you're going to get these. I would rather listen to this driven by a cheap receiver than I would a cheap pair of speakers driven by a beautiful piece of electronics. Speakers are the single most personal aspects in all of audio, and in my experience, make the biggest difference. If you can get the speakers right, if you can get these beautiful planar ribbons and a speaker that is set up to reproduce music, these suckers will disappear. These will produce a beautiful stereoscopic 3-dimensional image. Any of these speakers in this room will do that. These kind of out of your range, everybody's range from a real estate standpoint, etc. But these aren't so much. And there's even a smaller pair coming, the FR10s will be coming. They're even smaller, I think. And whatever you do, go for your speakers first, because the right speaker can make beautiful music even with not so great electronics. The opposite isn't true. So always go speakers first, put your money into that, then over time, upgrade your electronics. And each step along the way will be a real joy for you to experience. So there you go, my friend. Congratulations on your journey. I wish you safe travels and fun. Okay, thanks.